A National Guard plane crashes into an Indiana restaurant. We'll have the latest on the investigation. Thousands of American homeowners try to refinance, but many find the deal is not all it's cracked up to be. And the story of a courageous young man who had both arms reattached after losing them in a farming accident. This is the CBS Evening News. Good evening, Dan Rather reporting. A big military transport plane crashed and burned today on a training flight in Evansville, Indiana. The Lockheed C-130 plowed into a restaurant and hotel. At least 16 people died, including the plane's 5-member crew. Correspondent Bob Fall is on the scene in Evansville near the Kentucky border.
Another few feet, another few seconds, and the Kentucky Air National Guard plane might have been able to land in an open field nearby. The tragedy could have been much less. Instead, the huge military transport with more than 5,000 gallons of fuel barely cleared some power lines, then dropped like a stone, one wing slamming into the roof of a 4-story hotel, the fuselage crashing into a parking lot below, then plowing into the kitchen of a JoJo's restaurant at the end of the lot. Said one eyewitness, it was the worst sounding earthquake you have ever heard.
Felt like an earthquake as the station was shaking and whatnot. And we went out front here, and then all of a sudden I heard somebody yell, "Plane crash."
The plane had 4 engines, and several eyewitnesses said they heard sputtering, spitting noises. In the hotel, 9 died almost instantly, scorched, when fuel sprayed forth and was ignited in a fireball of explosion.
Everything was, like a ball of fire over there and smoke, so my first reaction was to run over there, see if I could help, but once we got across the street, it was so hot, we had to come back.
The plane with its crew of 5 Kentucky Air National Guardsmen had just been ordered back to its base outside Louisville to pick up another crew and head to Florida. And this morning, the C-130 had been practicing touch-and-go landings, setting down, then lifting off just a few seconds later, a procedure that Kentucky Air National Guard officials call necessary but risky.
It's necessary, and it's a risky business in any military occupation, the same as the police. So it's just one of those things you have to do.
Dan, there is a cockpit voice recorder. It has not yet been retrieved from a plane which is generally considered both a workhorse and extremely safe. That's what's so baffling, one Kentucky Air National Guardsman says. We just don't know why the plane would fall like it did. He was asked, is there any sign of mechanical failure? He replied, only a deep hope in my heart that it was. Dan?
Bob, Evansville is a comparatively small city, but this is not the first time it suffered the air disaster tragedy.
No, back in 1977, a very cold December day, the basketball team of the Evansville University basketball team went down. The Purple Aces wiped out the program set back for 5 years. In a small airport, people are saying, look, 2 tragedies in a short period of time. We don't need that, obviously, but this is an area that's built up. There's a huge Westinghouse plant nearby. Why was the military conducting this kind of procedure? They're saying the military's response, this was a routine procedure practiced by every pilot in every airport in America, nothing out of the ordinary.
Bob Fall, thanks. Out campaigning for re-election, President Bush made it official today. He rejects national health insurance. He rejects the idea of requiring employers to help employees pay for more health insurance. Mr. Bush put out what he is for at a campaign photo opportunity in Cleveland, Ohio.
We need common sense, comprehensive health care reform, and we need it now. And my plan, I really believe, is the right plan. A plan that meets our obligation to all Americans by putting hope and health within their reach.
The president said his plan would cost about $100 billion over the next 5 years. It would provide tax credits and deductions. The president says millions of poor and middle-income Americans would get some help to pay for health insurance, up to, in some cases, $3,750 per family per year. Mr. Bush did not propose any national health insurance, nor did he propose any mandatory health insurance by employers.